Hi, I'm Tom Zimmerman from the EMDR podcast. This is a short episode about why we should teach flash approaches even to the healthiest clients that we have, um, because they need it. And I'm going to make the case as clearly as I can why maybe we've been thinking about this and trying to look at this through the wrong end of the telescope. But first, a tiny bit about flash. Flash emerged about 5 years ago. It was discovered by Phil Manfield, an EMDR therapist, and it emerged as a technique to work on lava-hot memories in EMDR, um, probably before complex trauma clients were resourced enough to handle the distress in memories that were just that intense. So in the early writings about Flash, EMDR was a way to make a lava-hot memory tolerable so that we could approach it in evidence-based psychotherapy such as EMDR and process it and resolve it the rest of the way. What we've since learned is that um, back then when we were processing things as low as they would go in Flash, what we were really doing is we were kind of reaching the limitations of Flash because we weren't really doing it well. And now we know how to do it really, really well. So it's pretty rare for a memory not to fully and completely resolve inside of Flash. It happens sometimes, but when it does, it should be pretty clear why that memory isn't fully and adaptively resolving. And very rarely does that have anything to do with the presence or absence of adaptive information. So let's talk a tiny bit about what Flash is. And Flash begins with an almost passive pact with the client to not overly activate this memory. So letting the client know we're going to lightly activate. We're not going to go there. We're going to lightly activate. And then if clients struggle with light activation, there are many things we can do to help them more lightly activate. Once they've activated a tiny bit, we disengage, we distract, or we container that activation depending on the version of Flash that we're using. Once we pivoted away from it, we focus on something pleasant for about 30 seconds and go in and out of that focus through a series of guided blinks. And these guided blinks turn this 30-second exposure into 6 micro exposures, right? So every time we blink, we're coming into the present, and the client's task is to find their way back into that calm scene. So again, every 30 seconds isn't one exposure to the calm scene, it's 6. And that process is how we get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of activations in an average Flash session, not activations, exposures to the calm scene in an average Flash session that really can help move and resolve that memory. Then we go back, lightly activate, pivot away from the activation, calm scene blinks. So lightly activate, push away, calm scene blinks. This seesaw over and over and over really does help people turn lava-hot memories into absolutely normal memories. Flash teaches us some pretty important stuff about memory reconsolidation generally. Flash emerges pretty explicitly out of memory reconsolidation research and understandings. And one of the most important things about Flash, I think, is that it really does inform how we might do memory reconsolidation even more efficiently, even more effectively, even more safely, and with a lot less preparation time. So what Flash teaches us about memory reconsolidation is that microactivation is enough. It lets us minimize defenses. Again, we open the door, close it, whatever it is in this instant that is distressing, we either pivot away from, or in the 4 blinks version of Flash, we container. One micro slice at a time is the way we work. And to be fair, this is probably true of all transformational trauma therapies. We really are not, and Flash is just another example, probably a clearer example of this, is that we are not resolving memories in memory reconsolidation approaches or in transformational trauma therapies, we're not resolving memories all in one chunk. We're resolving them a micro slice at a time. Okay? One of the things that Flash teaches us is that the sheer number of exposures may be more important than the quality or the duration of the calm scene if we want to resolve a memory quickly. Also the mismatch between the calm scene and the schema information encoded into the memory that we're trying to resolve, it's okay if that mismatch is very general. We don't need to construct directly disconfirming information the way we do in some therapies such as coherence therapy. For instance, a calm scene focused on food and the sensation and the taste and the smell can work very well, even for memories that are focused on safety. Connection with a pet, for instance, a memory or somatic, or even right now, petting an animal can work very well as the calm scene, which we disrupt while we're processing a memory of childhood sexual abuse, for instance. So when memories resolve, this is another thing that Flash teaches us because it's another perspective. It's another way to look at things. When memories resolve in almost any transformational psychotherapy, they tend to resolve in the same way. And a lot of this is built inside EMDR's adaptive information processing model. So a lot of this, other than the part of the AIP model where the difficult stuff connects and metabolizes into right now existing adaptive information, a lot of what is true in EMDR's AIP model is probably true in almost any psychotherapy that is transformational. What we are doing when we're processing a memory is we're processing each component that is in that chunk of implicit information. What we're doing is we're decreasing the distress that is in that memory. We're also seeing, including in Flash, and if you're not seeing this, you're not asking, we are seeing transformations in belief about the self and the world. If you're not seeing positive cognitions change in Flash, you're not asking. Start asking and you'll start to see it. When a memory resolves, we are more likely to have effortless recall or an effortless story or an effortless narrative. Long story short, it should not cause a catastrophe in the body. And also, when that memory is resolved, what we're going to see is a transformation in the sense of age, time, perspective, including appropriate responsibility or attribution of responsibility. So regardless of how we're working, healing may look the same, okay? So what does Flash teach us about how humans heal, okay? What Flash approaches teach us about how humans heal is that healing individual memories is easy, okay? That does not mean that recovering from complex trauma is easy. What it means is that healing from individual memories is incredibly easy, and that's what makes this moment right here, right now, exceptional, is that this is the first time in modern human history where healing from individual memories is incredibly easy, okay? Healing individual memories, including the memories associated with having a really difficult day, right? So just processing the stressors and frustrations of the day is incredibly, incredibly easy and effortless with Flash. Flash is a great way to process difficult experiences generally, regardless of whether they're big T, little t, mid T, micro T, right? It is a way to process all kinds of wounding, okay? This is a powerful resource for life. This is a powerful resource for parenting. This is a powerful resource if you ever intend to live close to someone because, all of these elbows in such really small confined spaces, we are going to elbow each other. Relationships are difficult because we all bring ongoing insecurities. Flash is a powerful resource if you have ongoing insecurities. Unlike many other transformational trauma therapies, I would say, including EMDR, Flash, self-administered, is 100% effective. It is an incredibly efficient way for people to process their own things, and it's very, very easy for them to do. I would like to show you exactly how to do that. So humans have been trying to heal forever, right? We have been trying to heal forever, and this is one way to do it, and it is incredibly Western compatible. It works even for the lazy. It works for the non-introspective. It's easy to administer, and it doesn't just, this is the key part, it doesn't just recontainer trauma the way other resources do. It gives humans a high probability of resolving what is wrong with us, what has always been wrong with us. And if this is a way to heal, if humans can heal in this way, in the things that we can learn from Flash, this way has been with us for as long as we've been human and probably longer. And if that's true, then this is our common heritage, our common birthright. It is a function of what being human means, and nobody owns that. If this is one way that humans can heal, then we should say that clearly and repeatedly. We should teach people how to do this, and we should teach them clearly and repeatedly. You have been trying to heal for as long as you've been human. You have been doing it. I've been doing it over and over in ways that simply don't work. This way works. This is what I've been saying clearly and repeatedly, and I'd love to show you. Let me show you, then let me teach you how to teach this over and over and over until there's nobody left to teach. Thank you for going on this little journey with me. I hope you can see why I'm really, really excited about this. I think this is fantastic news for all of us. This is fantastic news for our species. It has been transformative in my own recovery and just helping me process the ongoing difficulties and saga of being human. We need this. Let's teach this. There's no more, I don't think there's any more important tasks for therapists globally. So thank you. Take care.